Okay, so we have the new update for 2022-2023 testing. We update this every year around this time. The Department of Insurance comes out yearly on September 1st with an update to the course curriculum and the outline that they provide. This is the only thing that we get on an official basis from the Department of Insurance. It's just this content outline. They don't have a book or a manual or anything that you can buy anywhere from the department. All they have is this, and this is a comprehensive listing of all of the topics that are on the test. None of the information, none of the content, just the topics. So this really is what's on the test. And people are always, asking what's on the test? What do I need to know? What do I need to study for? And so forth. And this answers all of those questions from the Department of Insurance every September 1st. And so this is the current syllabus until September 1st of 2023. So look at this thing. 1, 2, 3, it's 4 pages. On and on and on it goes. It's really long. We've talked about this in a couple of other different contexts, but yeah, this exam is no joke. This is what's on the test. 4 pages of individual topics, and then there are concepts and test questions that correspond to all of them. So here it is. This is the new outline, and this is what's on the test. My entire course is built around this outline, as it should be. So we go through and we make sure that all of this information is talked about and presented to you in a way that makes sense. You couldn't actually do a course in this order. You couldn't actually follow the outline. It would be crazy. I mean, everything would be out of order. Nothing would make sense. So the class is presented to you in a more sensible order, but it does cover everything on this list. And in fact, I have indexed my course to this content outline from the state. So everywhere it tells you which one of my lessons you can find each topic, and sometimes down to the page number in the corresponding book and manual that go along with the course. So yeah, everything is focused on the official Department of Insurance outline, and I've indexed it so that you can always find what you need. Because really, before you would go and test, you have to go through this outline and be able to say, yep, I know what that means. Yep, I got it. Okay, I know what that means. And then if you come across something like, whoa, wait, I have no idea what that means, at least it'll tell you where in the book around you should go and look and possibly watch the corresponding video lesson again. So it's all here for you, and it's all up to date. The other thing that this outline tells us, which is useful, is that in this case now, there's going to be 100 test questions that actually count, and then 10 what they call pre-test questions that don't count. Now, you have no way to know which 10 don't count. And it's really not fair, because you have to answer those 10 extra questions. That could take 15 minutes, and it doesn't even count. And again, you have no way to know which 10 don't count. They're just new questions that the department is experimenting with and putting them in to see if they're good questions, and do they get a normal response, or they may be testing answer choices and whatever, but it does you no good, because you have to answer them and they don't count. So the first section of the exam will be 110 questions about insurance, and then the computer stops and says you've completed section 1 of your exam, and then it will open another test consisting of 30 real questions and 5 that don't count, and you have to answer all of those. So that's the test format. You have one clock. It's 2.5 hours, 150 minutes to get through all these questions, and it's just one timer. So once you finish section 1 of the exam, you don't get a new timer for section 2. It's a continuous timer, so make sure you are aware of where you are in terms of your timing. One continuous clock. Even though there are 2 exam sections, they don't have their own countdown clocks. Okay, last thing that we can glean from this outline is this: Roman numeral 1, types of policies. meaning types of life insurance policies. And there will be 15 questions randomly chosen from thousands on your exam. They literally have thousands and thousands of questions in the question bank. And when you sit down, it randomly pulls 150 questions. And that's your test. And it could be the 150 gnarliest ones, or it could be the 150 easiest ones. And there's just no way to know, nothing fair about it, really. It just is what it is. And so you're going to get a lump of questions. And 15 of them will have to do with types of life insurance policies. And then Roman numeral 2, 15 questions from the topic of policy riders, policy provisions, options, exclusions, etc. And then it tells you each individual topic that could be represented in a test question. Roman numeral 3, 12 questions from field underwriting, delivering policies, and some of the behind the scenes nuts and bolts aspect of the insurance business and actually writing and issuing policies. And then you will see 8 questions from Roman numeral 4, retirement and other insurance concepts. Now it kind of starts over and turns to health insurance. It doesn't really say that. And so, I made this notation here. This now is the health insurance section. Quite a lot of it is actually repeated from the life insurance section. So it's a little bit nutty, but here you go. Roman numeral 5 will present you with 16 questions about various health insurance policies. So when it says types of policies here, it means health insurance questions and health insurance policies. Up here, when it said types of policies, it's strictly and only talking about life insurance. So that's kind of the code that they're speaking here. All right, Roman numeral 5, types of health insurance policies, 16 questions randomly drawn from thousands. And then 15 questions from health insurance policy provisions, clauses, and riders. A lot of it is not too different from life insurance. So it's really not another entire page or pages to have to deal with. There's quite a lot of it that's duplicated. Only 6 questions on the test from the subject of social insurance, Medicare, Medicaid, Social Security benefits. 5 questions from other insurance concepts, and quite a lot of this is repeated from life insurance, and you'll have a good grounding in it when it's also presented to you in different lessons throughout your course. Roman numeral 9, 8 questions on the subject of field underwriting procedures with some more duplication. And then that's it. That's section 1 of your exam completed. And then section 2 will open up. And this is talking here about Department of Insurance rules, regulations, and compliance, and the things that are expected of you as a license holder if you want to keep being a license holder, and the types of things that you better not do, and just some basic facts about the Department of Insurance and how it operates and so forth. So all of that is presented to you in lesson 38 in a comprehensive way that's up to date and makes sense. And all of that, beginning here, life and health agent state specific content. All of the rest is lesson 38. And you'll have a total of 150 minutes to do that complete exam, and the clock will run continuously throughout both sections. So that's what you're looking at. And the only way out is through. I mean, it's long and there's no shortcut. People just looking for a shortcut. How can I do this, in 2 hours and go past? I don't think it's possible. It's really not. So our approach is, well, let's just sit down and we'll learn this information, then we'll go test, and hopefully we'll get in and out of there with a 70 on our first attempt. And if we don't, then we'll test again, and we'll keep testing until we do get it. So no big deal, right? We'll get it. And that's it. So that's the 2022-2023 outline update. And now we're ready to get back to business.